Hey guys, welcome back to Stocks Around Us with me, Pizza. So I have a question to ask all of you. How many of you here like to take snack breaks during the day? I, for one, love to take tiny breaks in between hours to eat, just to refill my energy levels, re-energize myself. And so when I don't get to do that, the entire day becomes really different for me. Here's what it looks like. By now, you guys must understand the pain of not having stuff to eat or drink during the day. I'm sure everyone's been through this. So to make sure that this never actually happens to us again, we are here at one of the largest F&B brands in the world. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Nestlé Malaysia. The Nestlé brand, starting out as the Anglo-Swiss condensed milk company by a pharmacist called Henri Nestlé, who wanted to develop an alternative source of nutrition for infants. About 100 years ago, it began as the same company in Malaysia and has since grown into a world-leading food and beverage company. Within Malaysia itself, the company employs more than 5,000 people, manufacturing and selling more than 300 products in the country. Of course, most people are familiar with the Nestlé brands as they've been around for generations, like Milo, Nescafé, Kit Kat, and many more, which can be broken down into different product categories. For example, Nestlé produces junior foods such as Cerelac, different brands of milk for moms and kids, all the famous cereal brands like Cocoa Crunch, Cornflakes, Honey Stars, and many more. In the drinks category, they have Milo, Nescafé coffee, and of course Coffee Mate to go with it. They also have Nestlé Bliss, which is #1 yogurt drink brand in Malaysia. Moreover, their Maggi brand of soup stocks and instant noodles is #1 as well. The company also sells many ice cream brands, confectionery, and chocolate, namely Kit Kat, Milo, and Crunch. Aside from these products, they have a line of meal replacement powder formulas, such as ones with extra nutrition for diabetics and those who have other medical conditions. Furthermore, while Nestlé offers an extensive list of brands for consumers, they also offer professional food and beverage services that cater specifically for out-of-home channels, thus expanding their presence even more into people's everyday lives. So guys, before we take a snack break here at the company's headquarters, let's go and meet our special guest. Please welcome Alois Hofbauer, the MD of Nestlé Malaysia. Hi Alois, very nice to meet you.
Hi.
So first of all, Nestlé is a globally recognized brand. Where exactly do you rank in Malaysian market?
Yeah. So worldwide, you may know Nestlé is the leading food and beverage company. Actually, we call ourselves the leading nutrition, health and wellness company, but we'll talk about it maybe later. In Malaysia, we're the #1 F&B company, by far the #1. we command almost 15% of the total branded food and beverage sales in the country.
I see.
So, and the reason for that is we have been in the country for a good 100 years, actually 103 years, and we have built very, very strong marketing positions in Malaysia.
Right. And since you have so many different products that you're selling in the Malaysian market, what are the key product categories that contribute mostly to your revenue?
Yeah. Look, I think the biggest and most famous product there is in Malaysia, you're just standing in front of it, it's Milo. Milo is a big part of our business, but we have many, many leading brands. And many of our brands are actually household brands in Malaysia. So we have Milo, we have Maggi, we have Nescafe. And whenever you go to a Malaysian household, you will find at least 1, 2, or even 3 or 5 of our products. So we are basically distributed, you can say, almost to 100% of the Malaysian consumers.
Right. So then Milo and Nescafe are really strong brands here.
Milo is by
in the
far,
drinks category.
Yeah, Milo is a brand, and just to give you some idea, is everyday Malaysians consume 6 million cups of Milo. If you take it over the year, over 2.1 billion cups of Milo are consumed.
Wow.
And most Malaysians believe that Milo is the Malaysian drink. We are outselling, for example, just to give you a comparison, Coke by a quite big margin. So Milo is the taste of Malaysia, and Malaysia and Milo, they basically belong together.
How much market share do you have in the drinks category?
Well, it depends how you define the drinks category. In this category, obviously, we are the leader, right? We have more than 90% market share. But when you talk about the overall space, we are very, very strong in the hot beverages. We are the leading company in hot beverages, but we are also a very strong contender in the overall beverage space.
So overall, when you look at the drinks industry in Malaysia, what changes have you seen in the industry and how much has it been growing?
Yeah. I think what you have seen is when you go back, we started off with powders like Milo powders, and this is now going back really 50, 60 years ago. Today, there's a real trend to two ways. One is convenience. We are now very, very strong also in the liquid, so ready to drink category. We just invested in a new factory, a brand new factory, state-of-the-art factory, very close to the head office here in Shah Alam. Which we opened, which is producing UHT milks, which is producing BAT milks, and then we have also another factory which is producing cans. So the beauty of Milo is that it's available in more or less all the formats you can imagine. It's available in powder, it's available in mixes, it's available in ready to drink, it's available in out of home. So it's all around. Wherever you're in Malaysia, you'll have access to a great tasting cup of Milo.
Right. So talking about your other category, your food categories, what are your key brands?
Yeah, so we talked about drinks, and then another really important pillar for us is Maggi. And when it comes to Maggi, Maggi noodles in Malaysia is a food staple, right? Every day, around 2 million bags of Maggi are consumed, so that's a big number over the year, almost 600-700 million. And you know, the nice thing is you go to the airport and you see Malaysian students flying to the UK or whatever they study, they will always take Maggi noodles with them. That's the taste of home. So Maggi is a big, big category for us. We also just invested in a new plant, a high-speed plant. So we almost 30-40% increased our capacity. And the beauty is we have Maggi in all kinds of varieties. So we have not only the famous, traditionally old Maggi curries here, these ones. This is the signature product. But we have also today valued up new products, and this is all under this Royale range here. Products which have more ingredients, more noodles, and so on and so forth. So we cater for all the segments, from very affordable, very good, to high class and a little bit more expensive.
What would you say is the key strength of Nestlé Malaysia?
I think Nestlé Malaysia has a couple of very, very powerful and strong points. First of all, we in the company has been in this country for 100 years. It's the most famous household name when it comes to F&B. And what is important is that over these many, many years, we have built this relationship with the Malaysian consumers. Our biggest asset is not our factories. Our biggest asset is not all what we have invested in the brands, but our biggest asset is the trust of the consumer. Today, the Malaysian consumer and Nestlé really they trust each other. So we are famous for our quality, but we are also famous for the great nutrition which we give to the Malaysians. And building on this one, we have been able to extend really our range to so many areas. We are more or less available, as you have seen, in beverages. We are available in culinary. We are available in ice cream. We are more or less in all the categories, except one category which we are not yet in, but maybe in the future, in water. Other than that, we are covering all the categories the Nestlé world has to offer.
And lastly, what is your strategy for your long-term growth?
Look, our strategy has always been is that we basically work where the consumer wants us to work. And you can see there are a few trends which are emerging. One of the trends we have been talking before is convenience. More and more people are having very, very busy lifestyles. You have much, much more working couples. So the whole area of on-the-go food is becoming big. The second area is people not only want to have great tasting foods, they want to also have food which is good for them. So the whole area of nutrition is an area where we invest a lot and where we basically develop a lot. And then the third area is valuing up. People want to treat themselves. So you have seen we have the good old and really excellent Maggi curries, which have been around for a very long time. But today also people want to have more indulgent offerings. So these are the three big areas which we're working on.
Right. Well, thank you so much for today,
Thank you.
Aloy.
Thank you for having me.
Financial highlights. At the end of 2014, Nestlé's revenue was over 4.8 billion ringgits, or 48 billion baht, growing by 28% from 2009. Its net profit was over 550 million ringgits, or 5.5 billion baht, growing by 56%. Its net profit margin was around 11% and ROE at 69%. Its PE was at 29 and PBV at 20.6. At the end of 2014, Nestlé's share price was at 68 ringgits, or 680 baht, growing by 107% from 2009. Its market cap was over 16 billion ringgits, or 160 billion baht, growing by 107%. Ladies and gentlemen, that was Nestlé Malaysia. Join us again next time for more company highlights with Me Pizza. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm gonna go re-energize myself with some yummy snacks and this very interesting whole grain energy malt chocolate beverage. See you soon!